Are you a new writer? Are you hoping to start and finish a fiction book in the year 2025? Well, if you do, and you are, I've got some advice for you. Let's talk about how to build a writing routine, a guide for new fiction authors. For new fiction authors, establishing a writing routine is one of the most effective ways to turn creative aspirations into completed stories. A consistent routine not only helps you make steady progress, but also fosters discipline, creativity, and confidence. However, creating a sustainable routine requires thoughtful planning and just a little bit of experimentation. Let's talk about how to build a writing routine that works for you and your lifestyle. So, the first thing you want to do is set clear goals. Before diving into your routine, it's important to clarify what you want to achieve. So, let's think about that. What are your objectives? Are you aiming to finish a novel, a short story, or a collection of essays or short stories? Be specific about your goals and what you want to write. Remember to break your project down. Divide large projects into smaller, manageable tasks, such as drafting a chapter, revising a scene, or writing a certain number of words per day. And some people also thrive on setting deadlines. But you want to make sure that you set realistic deadlines that will keep you motivated and focused, not overwhelmed. So don't tell yourself you're going to write 10,000 words in a week. It's probably not going to happen. You probably don't want to set your goal any higher than what's up here, 500 words a day. Because that would still give you 3,500 words a week. And if you do 3,500 words a week and you have an 80,000 word novel, you'll be done in 22 weeks, which is roughly about 6 months. That's pretty good for a first book. So, especially a first full-length book. If you're writing like a 10,000 word short story and you do 35,000 words a week, you'll be done in 3 weeks. Isn't that cool? All right. Number 2, determine your best time to write. Not everyone is at their creative peak at the same time. I tend to do very well late at night and very early in the morning. It depends on when I go to bed. So you may want to experiment with timing. Try writing at different times during the day, like early morning or during your lunch breaks or late at night after everyone's gone to bed. Once you do a few of these, you'll see which times make you the most productive. And you also want to consider your energy levels. Align your writing time with periods where your mind is clear and your energy is high. Now that could be after breakfast or after lunch or after dinner. Figure out when your most creative, productive time of the day is. It may not be early in the morning or super late at night. So you might have to work around that particular aspect of yourself. Next, to create your writing routine, you'll want to have a dedicated writing space. The environment in which you write plays a significant role in your productivity. For me, I have a dedicated office or bedroom where I do all my writing. And I very rarely write outside of that room. The reason is twofold. One, it gives me a dedicated writing space, and two, it also serves as a work-life balance threshold, meaning If I'm in my office, I'm probably working. But if I'm not in my office, I'm not working. So there's a twofold reason to create a dedicated writing space. And you do that by finding a quiet space. Choose a location free from distractions, whether it's your home office, your local library, or a coffee shop. I never had much luck writing in coffee shops. I had better luck writing in libraries, but I have the most luck in my own home office. And you want to set the mood. Arrange your space to inspire creativity and add comfortable seating, good lighting, and perhaps a few personal touches like books or art. Now, I don't have great lighting in my office. So what I ended up doing was getting a keyboard that's backlit, meaning the keys are lights instead of stickers. And that helps me a great deal. Plus, it allows me to keep the monitors at a lower level than I would have to have them if the lights were bright in here. Limit distractions. Do the best you can to limit any distractions while you write. You may want to turn off notifications on your phone or your computer or even your watch if necessary. You can also use apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey to block social media and other distractions. It's important to note that Freedom offers a free trial, and I was unable to ascertain how long that free trial is. They charge $8.99 a month if you buy it monthly. It's $40 a year roughly, or you can pay $200 for a lifetime license. And that's for the Freedom app. The website blocker in Cold Turkey is free. Nothing else appears to be. And I want to point out that I am not sponsored by either of these companies. I mention them because you might find these apps or apps like them useful. The other thing I saw with Cold Turkey was that they have a app that will turn your computer into essentially a typewriter. Now that sounds cool. I would wonder how you get out of it once you've disabled like every function on your computer. And I will say this. If you look around hard enough, you will probably find a typewriter, like an electric typewriter, for not that much money. I have one, and I should pull it out sometime and show you how it works. It's just an electric typewriter. And, I can pull that out and write on it. And I got it from a thrift store and paid like $8 for it several years ago. So if you hit up enough thrift stores and probably pawn shops, you'll probably find yourself a good electric typewriter where you can still get the ink for it. So I would recommend, if you want something that acts like a typewriter, buy a typewriter. They're not that expensive. All right, number 4. Start small and build your writing habit gradually. It's tempting to aim for hours and hours of writing each day, but starting small increases the likelihood of sticking to your routine. It also means that you will build stamina. It may not sound like it, but sitting and writing for hours and hours and hours and hours is mentally and physically draining. Like a workout routine. You can't jump in and bench press 250 pounds and then run 4 hours on the treadmill. You have to work up to that. So you're going to have to work up to writing, for hours and hours a day. You're just going to have to build up your endurance and your stamina. So, start with short sessions, 15, 30 minutes a day, and increase as you build your mental stamina. Focus on consistency. Writing regularly, even for a short time, is more effective than sporadic marathon sessions. And lastly, remember to celebrate your progress. Acknowledge your milestones, no matter how small. That will keep you motivated. Number 5, develop rituals to signal that it's time to write. You probably have a bedtime ritual, right? On how you get ready for bed. This is the same thing. Develop a ritual on surrounding, how you write. You can have pre-writing ritual like activities like making a cup of tea, lighting a candle, or listening to some instrumental music. I like classical music or opera. That can signal that it's time to write. Use writing prompts or warm-ups. Spend a few minutes free writing or responding to a prompt to help you get in the creative mood. Number 6, remember to prioritize writing in your daily schedule. Treat writing like any other important commitment that you may have. Block time on your calendar. Schedule your writing sessions just as you would meetings or other appointments. Be flexible in your writing times, but also be firm. When life happens, try to honor your writing time as much as possible. If you miss a session, reschedule it. And communicate your needs. Let family or roommates know that your writing schedule. Let roommates know your writing schedule in order to minimize interruptions. Number 7, set measurable daily targets. Quantifiable goals provide direction and help you track progress. You can have word count goals, where you aim for a specific number of words. Time-based goals, where you sit there for a specific amount of time, like 30 or 60 minutes. Or task-oriented goals. That could be, writing a chapter or writing 2 pages or writing a scene. Number 8, use tools and techniques to stay on track. Incorporate strategies and tools that support productivity. You can use timers and alarms. Here's the forget it. I'm never going to be able to say that word. That is 25 minutes of focused work followed by 5-minute break. Try writing software. I happen to like Novelese, but you can try other things like Google Docs, Evernote, or Scrivener, which tends to get mixed reviews these days. Some people love Scrivener, other people do not. There's also Biblisco and a few others. I've done numerous articles on all the different various types of writing software, and my favorite right now is Novelese, as you probably know. And the reason I like Novelese is because if I get tired of writing in my office, I can go right in front of the TV. This, Google Docs would give you the same ability because it's internet-based. So think about that. Do you want to write in one location or on one device? If that's the case, you need something you can download. If you want to write on multiple devices or in multiple rooms, you'll need either a tablet or a laptop or something that you can pull up on multiple devices. And then, of course, remember to track your progress. Use a journal or an app to record your daily achievements and identify patterns in your productivity. I don't know any software that does this very well. I don't know any all-inclusive software that does this very well. If you keep a journal, you could, kind of do it like you would keep a track of your speedometer on your car. Write down the starting point of your word count and then write down the ending point of your word count. Novelese does offer a little bit of that. So I'll switch over here to Novelese, and it's got a manage function on it where it says, how much I write per day, and I haven't done anything today. Weekly, I've done 804, and I've done 43 words this week, and the novel is currently at 29,000 words roughly. And this is because I'm editing this and not writing it. But this software has got a real problem. Whenever the server resets, it takes me back to chapter 1. So where was I? That's kind of a problem with this software, but it does do a little bit of word counts, and here's the progress bar over here. I'm using this because it's just easier for me to reformat these Kindle Vellas in this. Now, if I had more time during my day, we'll talk about someone who needs to suddenly develop a writing schedule, that would be me. So I need to finish this. I was supposed to have this done at the end of October, if you can believe that. So yeah, my horror of the Tazumari Greed statue is undergoing an extensive edit. It'll probably be greatly different from the one that's on Kindle Vella, but for, Amazon's purposes, I can't say it's completely different. I have to tell you that you've already read it, so there's no point in reading it again if you've already read it on Kindle Vella. Right. And to be honest, I think like 1 or 2 people have read like the first 4 or 5 episodes, I think is what it is. So nobody's read it. But there'll have to be a disclaimer in the description of the ebook and the paperback because it was published on Kindle Vella first, even though Kindle Vella is coming to an end. So yeah. All right, so number 9, be kind to yourself. Writing routines thrive when they're flexible and forgiving. Accept that you're going to have off days. It's normal to have days when writing feels difficult and take breaks if needed. Don't be too hard on yourself if you just can't get your writing done one day. Or even 2 days, but try every day to get some writing done. I want you to remember to focus on progress, not perfection. The goal of your writing routine is to move forward. It's not to be perfect. Perfection comes in the revision process, or at least it gets more perfect. Don't ever strive for perfection. You'll never get it done. And remember to reward yourself. Celebrate completing sessions or reaching milestones with small rewards like a favorite snack or one of your favorite activities. 10. Remember to adapt as needed. Life changes, and so should your writing routine. Like right now, I'm barely able to get any fiction writing done at all. My schedule is so packed with everything else that my actual writing time is very, very small. Your life is going to have fluctuations like that. For years, I could write 4 or 5 hours a day. Well, that's not the case right now. I hope to get back to it. But, my lifestyle has changed, and I've added more things to my day, like these videos. So I'm having a difficult time fitting the writing in along with everything else that I have to do every day. And you have to forgive yourself for that and understand that your life, certain times of your life, things will change and you'll be able to write more or less depending on the demands of your time. So, evaluate periodically. Check in with yourself every few weeks to assess what's working and what isn't. And remember to tweak your schedule. Adjust your writing time, goals, or location as necessary to keep your routine effective. And stay open to change. Your life will change. Your writing will change. Be open to it. It doesn't have to be rigid. And for the final thoughts, building a writing routine is about finding what works best for you and committing to it. With clear goals, a supportive environment, and the right mindset, you can make writing a regular and rewarding part of your life. But remember, the writing routine you create today is the foundation for the stories you'll bring to life tomorrow. Start small, stay consistent, and trust in your ability to grow as a writer. And lastly, happy writing. I wish you productivity in the upcoming year. Have a great day, and remember to like and subscribe.